Hello there, everybody. The name is Len Valera Jr. and I am here with Mr. Oliver. May I call you Ian?
Yeah, of course.
Ian Oliver, aka you may know him as best as Barnacle Boi. As I've been reading a lot of, one of the guys who's going to be the innovators of the wave music community. And I have yet to learn more about the genre of wave. I did have my bit of introduction thanks to a certain up-and-coming artist who I believe maybe do your headline shows again, put him on your playlist, put him on your lineup. His name is Lone Wolf.
Oh, Lone Wolf, yeah, Nick.
Oh, you heard of him?
Yeah, we're friends actually. He's a
okay, thank God. I just want to make sure I
guy,
at least put something in there, let someone know that, okay, I'm not like so uneducated when it comes to the wave music community.
He's a great producer. Yeah, no, he's a good person too. I love Nick.
So hopefully keep in mind, because he's going places, but right now for you, you've been going places for a very long time throughout your I think over 10-year career so far. Ever since I believe 2013, you've been starting making music with another name. Like, what was the other side name?
Yeah, so I started out as in 2009, I believe, 2010 maybe, as Screw Loops. From there, I adapted into a project called Sightlow, S-I-G-T-L-O-W. Yeah, and then 20, I guess, 14, 15 is when I kind of kicked off the whole Barnacle Boi thing.
Because you just wanted another side project to put all the other tracks you've made that felt more like Barnacle Boi underneath it.
Exactly, yeah. Because I had this big stash of music that I would just make from my heart. You know, it's just like actual authentic stuff. Whereas my Sightlow project, I kind of tried to brand it and make it more corporate. And it kind of got overwhelming because I'm an artist, not really I look at it as art before I see it as business, you know?
Right.
So, but anyway, yeah, so I was sitting there and I had all this music that I couldn't release under Sightlow on my computer, and I'm just like,
or it didn't really fit.
It didn't feel
like Sightlow.
Yeah, it didn't feel like that, and it was stuff that came from me, but if I put that out, the Sightlow fan base would have been like, what is this, you know? Because it's not it's similar, but it's not. So then finally I was like, what name? And at the time, SoundCloud had the group option, so you could post in groups and like basically spam your music in these SoundCloud groups. So I was like, what name could I come up with? It's just like someone's gonna see that and click it, just because it's like, what is this gonna be? And so that's kind of how I came up with the name.
And then you just watched SpongeBob, and then that's when it clicked.
Yeah, I think so. I think they probably reflected back to their childhood or something. But yeah, no, that's kind of how I came with the name, and started. And then I was like, I basically put out that music that I'd been making, and within I'd say a month to 2 months, my fan base for Barnacle Boi doubled my Sightlow fan base, and it was like devoted people that were like looking forward to releases. And so I basically at that point was just like trashing that project and sticking to what means the most to me, which is stuff that comes from me authentically.
Right, so Sightlow is not coming back.
Probably not. Maybe. There might be a time, but we'll
I ask that because again, I feel like throughout your music, you have definitely been like a person who didn't want to ride the wave of the wave music community. Yes, but I feel like there's a part you kind of miss making those experimental trap beats, those hip hop beats, and taking a bit other genres and making it your own.
Yeah.
You still kind of miss that.
I do miss that, yeah. And lately, I actually have been delving into my more Sightlow, I guess, side of me. But I'm fusing the two. So I'm kind of basically taking the emotional, soft, wavy Barnacle Boi stuff, and I'm fusing it with the more heavy hitting Sightlow stuff because it's starting. I'm basically teaching myself to organically make it, make both sounds in one, and lately I've actually kind of accomplished that. So the music I'll be releasing soon is a lot heavier than my other stuff. So, but it still keeps the Barnacle Boi sound. So
that's great to know. That's great to hear as well. So I'm just very curious to know what made you say that wave music. Like when I learned it's a combination of trap and trance, thanks to Lone Wolf when I interviewed him last year. What is it about that music that you feel like is your most genuine, authentic self?
I would say it evokes emotion and a sense of nostalgia. In a sense, I don't know what the source is. Maybe it's the frequencies. It could be growing up listening to ATB and trance and stuff like that, and just hearing those synths in your head, and kind of, I don't know, it just kind of touches my emotional side, and I'm a very sensitive person, so it's kind of like one, and I don't know, it's I'm one with the music kind of thing. So that's why the wave sound kind of stands out for me, because it's just, I consider it mature trap, I guess, in a sense, because it's very I don't know. It touches your senses in a sense. More, it's not necessarily about the hype. It's more about like you're really feeling that in the moment kind of thing.
So it makes if your music is more kind of for people to really connect and like feel the senses of through your music. Why is it that you say you really like high energy crowds?
See, that's the thing. So when I'm making,
because the first time I saw you perform live at Webster Hall when you were opening for Death Pact, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty high energy.
Yeah.
I mean, I did listen to some of your work as well, obviously before then, and I was expecting kind of more like a journey, more like you said, more of a roller coaster. But I heard some trap beats in there. I heard some trap music in there. Like, of course, I heard the combination of Boombox Cartel, ISO, and Mr. Carmack. That drop, and I was like, okay, didn't kind of expect this, but you know what? We'll roll with it. I was keeping up in mind, but at the same time, I was like, I was expecting more of a journey, but I felt it was more kind of like a pretty crazy set.
Yeah. So for me, like back in like when I first got into electronic music, it was all dubstep and like heavy stuff for me. So that was actually the first genre outside of like trap beats that I would make was like dubstep and stuff like that. So I kind of have a history in like the energy side of things. So as far as playing live goes, I think that like energy level has never left my head. So when I'm up on stage like in front of a bunch of people, I'm like, I want to get these people as riled up as possible and kind of take them on a journey, but really like my focus is just high energy the whole time, which is kind of where I'm gearing my project now. So I'll be playing some unreleased tonight. It's a good example. I'll actually send you some too, so if you want to just
that'd be really amazing to get some of those like works in progress.
Yeah.
We'll keep it between us. That'll be amazing to hear. Besides, I won't be able to stay for the whole night, so I will appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I got you.
So, but it also makes me curious to know, which is, since you said your music will be more heavy in the future, are you thinking like taking inspiration from like other people who also went pretty hard as well in the modern EDM era? So we're talking like we have ISO, we have West Cartel, we have people like Noctu. These people who are also I feel like are also leaders and innovators when it comes to bringing something brand new to the underground scene, making it more known in the world. I'm happy they're doing their thing. I'm happy you're doing your thing. So will there be some collaborations with some of those people?
I would love to, honestly. ISO is a huge inspiration to me as far as just like the energy and the sound, like the way he gets his like drum sounding is so clean and just like punchy and like perfect sounding. So I would love to that would be like a dream collab of mine. But I kind of am like, he inspires me a lot with my like drums and percussion, and I'm like trying to like find that like soft spot, I guess, where that he has, I guess, as far as like the compression and stuff goes with it. It's kind of just like real technical stuff, but yeah, he definitely inspires me, and I would like to collaborate with him one day.
That'll be amazing to hear. I feel like you both will make something absolutely amazing.
Wink. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Wink. It's like W.
Yes, I'm familiar with Wink. He's another person who's paving the way, like really making himself known out there. I've seen his work in Brothers Eliminated, and of course, Evil Valley. So freaking proud of him. He's absolutely tearing it up out there.
Incredible, yeah. He's probably my current favorite EDM producer right now. Honestly, I think that he's fusing the melodic, wavy sound with the heavy stuff. Basically doing what I'm like, kind of behind the scenes gearing my project into. So. Right,
and so now this kind of like leads to like other things you've done like throughout your career. I mean, you had a lot of big victories. I would say, I think, perfect example if no one knew, he opened for Zoo. Opened for Zoo. We're talking Faded, ZHU at Red Rocks. And I'm sorry, that kind of blew me away, but how does that feel to like perform at a legendary venue such as that?
It's crazy. So I lived in Denver, Colorado, in about literally 10 years ago, actually. I was standing...
Where Barnacle Boi kind of began.
Yeah, it is actually where it began. But I was standing on, like, it was off season, and I was standing on the stage at Red Rocks, and I just told myself in my head, I said, within 10 years, like, I'm gonna play here. And then it's crazy because right at the 10-year mark is when I got booked with Zoo, and yeah, whenever I'm just like, when I got there, I mean, the whole night was like insane, but just like getting there and like seeing just a sea of people, I don't know, I started crying while I was DJing, and I forgot that there's like cameras directed right on my face, So they're
why are you afraid to cry?
yeah, that's
Question.
True.
Your music, you say, is emotional. It's supposed to feel your senses.
I
It's
guess
supposed to
you're
be
right,
something
yeah.
that's like a roller coaster. So why not cry?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I guess in the moment I was like, oh shit, there's a lot of people. Like I don't want them to see me cry, but
No.
You're
Men
right.
can cry.
Yeah, true.
Men can cry. I'm gonna say one more time. Men can cry. Do not feel bad about that. I don't care what any woman or what anyone tells you about. You have to be strong. I don't care. Cry.
Yeah.
Just freaking cry, man. Doesn't matter.
I definitely cry a lot. Actually, when I'm making music, it's crazy. When I feel the emotion so intensely that like I just start leaking tears. It's kind of like most of my best work, honestly, I've cried while I've been making it. But
and
yeah.
some of those works include, because I feel like a lot of people can say, is it Don't Dwell? Is it Overcome?
Literally
Is it Downpour, where you mean your very first music video?
Yeah.
Is it, I don't know,
You literally guessed
2020?
three of them songs. Like yeah, Downpour, Don't Dwell, Overcome, and Good and Gone. Those four, like I was going through it when I was making it, but it's like purges it out of me. And I think that's part of the artistic process. Is like I don't know, I'm just like emptying myself of these pent up emotions that there's really no other outlet for me to let it out with. It used to be skateboarding and surfing. Like I grew up surfing and like, you know, board sports and stuff my whole life, but then I got injured and now I can't do that as much anymore.
I was gonna say, if you weren't doing music, I could see you really trying to be the next Tony Hawk or the next.
That was what I was trying to be when I was younger, but yeah, I'm glad I chose the less physically beating side of it.
But it doesn't mean, but who knows? It doesn't mean that in the future you can maybe have a few songs be featured in next year's X Games or
See,
something
that would be
like
really
that.
cool. I would love that. Any kind of like sync licensing or like, you know, film scoring and stuff like that would be amazing. But
Now I can hardly wait because I feel like some of the music that I hear, I feel like will be so perfect when it comes to like movies or TV shows. Like that needs needs to invoke something emotional or a montage or anything regarding that, or even credit scenes. I feel like would be perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would be perfect.
So I would say keep that definitely in mind. So now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I asked you this last time we met, which was at the FMU Records Brooklyn warehouse. When I talked about this tour here, you said this was your very first tour, debut headline tour you ever made, right? You were part of.
Yeah. So I would say I've toured before. So I did Russia, Poland, and London in 2020.
As a headliner?
Yeah. It was me, Brothel, and Skeler actually who's playing tonight.
Right.
So we were all technically headliners. But yeah, like I don't know, I can't remember the details, but yeah, it was a headline tour, but it was in Europe. So I've never really done a American.
This is in America.
Yeah,
now.
so this would be my first like American, I guess, headlining tour. Like under my Sightlow project, I did like a little Southeast tour, but it was basically just North Carolina and South Carolina. So I wouldn't really consider that much of a tour. But yeah, this is my first like big boy tour, is what I call it.
That's amazing to hear, and I'm just curious to know just what is it that like? Well, first off, what made you, Brothel and Skeler, who are also, I believe, two parts of the Compass Music Management Group, what made you guys want to like come together and do like a tri-tour, not only in Europe but also in America? Like, what is like the goal? 'Cause I feel like a lot of people are saying that the goal is to bring wave music, the genre of that, to the people and get them educated. Is that still the mission?
Yeah, it is, yes. And like me, Marcus, me, Brothel, and Skeler, we're all like very good friends, and we've kind of just developed a friendship over the years through music and everything, and just I guess the tour just like just giving the audience, giving my existing fan base a show, obviously. We all share a very similar fan base, so it's kind of like perfect for us all to be together and for these shows. Just to expose new people to the side of music too, because I think a lot of people, people tell their friends to come out to these shows and stuff, and wave music hasn't really been like in the forefront of things, but it's kind of like creeping its way up there. And I think that exposing a crowd that's used to not like no disrespect to other genres of EDM, but like it's like there's not much new sounds coming out nowadays other than very select like ISO and Wink and stuff like that. But I think that this specific genre wave is just something really refreshing for people to hear, and I think that the tour just like exposing them to that can just kind of snowball and like develop and like kind of just grow the whole fan base. So.
Right. So I feel like, let's say are we gonna like expect like you saying that my name is Barnacle Boi, it's time to introduce you guys to some wave music?
Yeah. So for me, I don't like to box myself into a specific genre. I do consider my music wave, and I've very active in the wave community. Shout out to everybody in the wave community.
Shout out to Compass, shout out to Vibe Digital, shout out to Synchro Events, since they're the ones who part of the show. I'm actually one of the people who's like trying to be an asset for that team. I'm currently the MC for the Bass Olympics, so
nice.
I'm trying to like put myself out there to like be more of an asset to the community. But it's not about me, it's about you. Just shout out to Synchro. There's your little plug in there, Sean and Blada. Anyway, just continue on with the whole like you don't want to put yourself in a box.
Yeah.
But again, I want to apologize as well for saying that, because I've made this mistake before with Champa and putting him in the box like he was making all this music.
No, you're fine. See, I would consider basically everything I put out wave music. Just for me to consider, like, if somebody were to ask me like what kind of music do you make, I wouldn't really be able to tell them exactly what it is, just because I know that my brain goes like all over the place with music, and like where my music's headed right now is it's still wave, but it's also got like a hint of like, you know, like 2016 SoundCloud trap, like Hoochie and like Ozzy and Misoji and like all and Young Good and like those kind of guys that kind of like spun off of like, I don't know, it I guess it is wave, but I don't know, I want to make drum and bass too, you know. It's like I made drum and bass, like I got like private drum and bass projects on my computer, techno, dubstep obviously, private trap. So I don't know, it's just like the future of wave, I think, is gonna kind of create subgenres of wave. I guess there's like, you know, there's hard wave and like soft wave.
Side wave.
Yeah, just stuff that's like, you know, it's like I think there's gonna more subgenres are gonna just generate from this stuff, and so I guess I could just say I'm a wave artist, and that's kind of the umbrella term for all this.
So pretty much saying the word wave is kind of like you're trying to be more of the Venn diagram of it. So it's not just it is wave at its core, but it's gonna be like, you know, wave mixed with this genre, mixed with this genre, mixed with this genre.
Yeah, it's more of like a movement, I guess, than a specific genre itself.
Right. I keep saying the wave music genre, but no, it's the innovation of it. And I made the pause a bit because your mom is calling. I'm not going to interrupt that. If you want to answer it, I'll put it on speaker.
Hey mom, I'm in the middle of an interview right now. Is this important?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll call you back.
Okay, yeah. I'll call you. Yeah, I'll just call you whenever I get done with this interview.
Okay, all right.
Bye. I love you. Bye.
I might have to put her as a cameo.
Yeah, no,
maybe towards the end.
She'll actually like that. She'll actually love that.
Because again, I give my respect to the parents out there who are also supporting their kid in, like, you know, their journey. So this kind of leads to my next question. So shout out to Barnacle Boi's mom. Was she like an asset to, like, you know, your journey? Was she like very supportive?
Yeah, she's been very supportive. You know, my life has been very crazy. When I was 15, I went off the deep end, you know, and it kind of created a buffer between me and my parents' relationship, which I think happens a lot to a lot of teenagers, but I kind of took it to a whole nother extent. So during that time of my, you know, whatever that was, I found music, and when I first started doing it, you know, it's like most parents, they think like, oh, like, probably should get a real job, you know, like kind of thing. So like, that was kind of the initial, but it was really cool to watch, because like as I would hear that and it would demotivate me a little bit, but I just kept going, and I would watch like my parent and my grandma, and like my dad's always been supportive. My mom at first was a little questioning, but then like I watched her just like slowly just like become like super supportive, and like she was at the Red Rock show with me. That was the first show of mine she'd never been to, was Red Rock, so it was like an incredible moment. She'll be at the show tonight actually. She's here right now. So my sister and my mom and my stepdad.
Why did I bring them here?
I know.
Why did I say this? Yo, what are you doing? Go and get them.
Yeah, right?
I'll pause the interview. Go and get them. I'm kidding. I was surprised when we call her soon. But I'm sorry. But you should have brought the whole family out there.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I don't know if it's you or you, but one of y'all smart on me.
It's him. It's definitely him. It's definitely him.
Thank you. It's Dolce & Gabbana, the one.
I smell tea down there.
Dolce & Gabbana.
I doused myself in a soap.
Okay. Amazing.
I wish you had the bottle. It'd be like Dolce & Gabbana.
Yeah, right. That's like a little
Now at Macy's.
That would've been great.
Oh my god! Well, again, it's definitely not me because I had to run to get here. So yeah, I have my own personal man cologne. Yeah. So yeah. But again, I'm a person who wants to like really like shine a light on people like you and the work that you're doing. I want to be the one to like show that other like no parents or mom or dads they're seeing like no their children aren't gonna make something out there. But then you have someone like me who's really seeing the beauty and the power and the passion in what you're making. I want to put a spotlight on these people and let them know they're seen, that they're heard, and that they're not being ignored, that what they're making, what they're doing, they can make something out of it. So I don't know if like certain shows, or I don't know if it's like when you were like starting to have shows, like let's say in Europe or in like 2022, or maybe in like when you open Bryson Lemonade or oh my gosh, we're gonna pause. And we back. You had a bit of a fall down, and there it is again. Okay, so you want to fall one more time?
Yeah.
You want to fall one more time? Give it a second. Just give it a
Let's
second.
just
3, 2, 1. Moving on. I just want to make sure it's like a balancing act. You have to like
literally.
I mean, oh my god.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. So I was saying is that I don't know what like show kind of like prove your parents wrong. I mentioned Death. I mentioned Bryson Lemonade. My phone's over there. Give me a second. But what is it? So was there like a moment in time where you were showing your mom or dad or whatever, like, no, I'm an artist. I finally made it, and here's the proof. Like you have to like show them. It's like that moment where like you go to someone. It's like, hey, you said I couldn't make any money off of what I'm doing. Well, look at this paycheck.
Yeah. So when I said so for a backstory, my parents met, and they were in a punk rock band together back in the day. So my mom was a vocalist and my dad was a bass guitarist. But anyway, so they met and they were in a punk rock band together.
Okay.
And it was really cool. So I was raised on very like obscure music that's not, you don't hear on the radio kind of thing. So it was kind of like I already like was kind of born into like a special niche, I guess, of music. And then my mom started putting me on to like Atlanta trap, like Gucci Mane, T.I., who else? I don't know. There's a bunch, but my mom put me on to all these people like Dim Franchise Boys, who doesn't Crime Mob, Lil Scrappy, all these people. Like my mom put me on to them, and my dad's like putting me on to this really cool punk rock stuff, and like it was just cool like growing up in this like musically diverse like household. Because it was just I got like both ends of the spectrum. So I got like the whole like punk side of thing, and then the trap side of things. So it kind of inspires my music now. But I think the turning point was when I just started playing like a lot of shows. I really do think that like the whole Russia tour in 2020 is what kind of made them realize, oh wow, like he's doing like what he's doing, and they're not really concerned anymore. Because I think it was like whenever they the whole real job thing, I think it was more or less just out of love. Like they just didn't want me to because you can't. I mean, not. I guess I could say anybody could be a musician, but there's a lot of like people that try that don't really get too far, and I think that my mom just was worried that would happen to me. But anyway, so just going back to what I was saying, like just taking the inspiration from them and then like making it, and then my mom would start to like enjoy my music. Like she heard it come on her Apple Music radio or something, and like that's when she would like call me. She's like, "Oh, your music just popped up on Apple Music Radio," and I think that her seeing that and the traction that's been kind of developing, kind of like helped her. Like, oh, this.
It was that moment where like it's that euphoric moment in a child's life where like they finally see me. I'm not invisible no more.
Yeah, it was wild. I was actually kind of off topic, but me and some friends and my girlfriend were down on this pier earlier, and some random kids recognized me. They're like, "I'll be at the show tonight." And I'm like, what? Of all places, you know how big New York is? It's just like that pier.
Well,
crazy.
It's hard. It's hard to like not be known when you literally have a whole freaking billboard in Times Square with your name on it. So do you really think that you would not have some fans? Here's the proof right here. I literally have it on deck. How did this feel?
It felt crazy. It felt really crazy to see that. I was kind of a very surreal moment where I was just like, oh, this is actually happening right now. It was surreal. It was very surreal. It was kind of cool, like the backstory. It's kind of like a secretive backstory on how it happened, but pretty cool backstory on how it happened. It was just really like just being there and seeing that. I'm just like, this is actually happening. So yeah, it was a really cool feeling. It was up only for like I think 20 seconds, but But even then, it's just like
you captured it.
yeah. But I was able to capture it and be there for it, and that was really special to see. But yeah, that was really cool.
So now here's the thing I have to ask is that, well, back to the tour thing. Well, for Brothel and Skeler, what is about those two that like really like lured you to them, or like really collaborate with them? Because I feel like I heard you did a few songs with Brothel, obviously. You did a few songs with Skeler, right?
So me and Skeler,
I keep it in Skeler.
No,
it's Skeler.
Yeah, Skeler. So we've started up some stuff, but me and him both, like, we actually just talked about this last night. We played Detroit last night, and we're chatting about it. When we collab, we both like tend to overthink. If like somebody sends us a project, if we're like sending projects back and forth, we're not in the studio together, you know. It kind of, we overthink it, and we're like, oh shit, what do we do? And we just place it aside, we never touch it again. But me and Marcus, or Brothel, it was crazy because we like met, I guess, on SoundCloud, like as homies, just reposting our stuff, and we played this festival called Yonderville together in 2018, I believe. Mm-hmm. And that's when we like officially met, I guess. And then I don't know, we just became like best friends. Like, it was just wild, like how like it was outside of music, you know. And like, but then we like, I mean, we lived together for like 6 months and made one song, I think, and didn't even sit together. But like, I think like us being all together is like, I guess it's beyond music in a sense. It's more of like a friendship, family kind of thing as well. But then it's like, because of who we are, it resonates into our music, and it like blends in with each other. If that makes any sense? It's kind of hard to like put it into words, but I think
I'm happy you at least attempt to try and find the words, and I feel like I think a lot of people will absolutely get that. But I'm just so happy that at least you guys are now friends now, and there could be something hopefully in the works in the future.
Yeah, so I was actually just talking, Daniel's actually, Skeller's here somewhere right now, so he's staying at the hotel.
Again, why do not burn the earth?
He's sleeping.
He's sleeping.
Yeah, he got 2 hours of sleep last night.
Fine. He needs his rest.
Yeah,
I wish I could have had the chance to meet him and tell him thank you so much. I mean, after we're done with this, you gotta go wake him up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll text him. I'll see if he's awake. He's
I just do that right now because we have like what less than 40 minutes.
Oh shit, yeah. Let me let's see. I'll text him real quick.
Because Skeler, we need some of that wave injected into our veins, please.
Yeah. I just texted him, but yeah, we just talked last night, and so me and my girlfriend, we live in Philly, right outside of Philly, Riverside, New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah. It's like right over the.
Like Mr. Trance yet?
No, I haven't. But there's some news.
I was just playing with that freely because like imagine that you and him are neighbors.
Yeah, no, well, there's actually an announcement at some point soon that has something to do. I can't say anything about it right now, but.
No.
There's something in the future. There's something.
I'm not gonna say anything, but if it's what I think it is, then no.
Yeah.
Anyway, move on.
So me and Skeler, we were talking, and I think that we want to work together, but we're the kind of people that have to be in the studio together to work together. So I think because he's gonna be out here for however long, and I think we were talking, he might actually just come to Philly and stay, and we just write music like a whole week kind of thing. So hopefully that happens. I think that would be a really. I think of all people I could collaborate with, I think he is like if I could choose to collaborate with anybody, I think it would be him, just because our sounds are very similar, and I think that we both make music from the same place of emotion, and I just think that our sounds combined would be very like beautiful sounding. So
yeah, I hope you guys can make some magic together.
I think we will.
That would be absolutely amazing. And hopefully maybe hear maybe a bit of that if you want to in the back, which is happening at 3:30 after the show. If you make it to the Meadows, very late. Yeah, I won't be able to see the magic of that. But again, I'm just putting it out there. I'm not in your mind. I'm not Barnacle Boi, but I'm just putting it out there. Make a little something out of the fly. I'm just putting it out there. But speaking on that term, which is this. Here's the thing. You already have a few headline shows. You already did a few bit of a tour with Brothel and Skeler, and I'm just curious now to know what could be next for Barnacle Boi.
I think that honestly, I think like I was telling you, like just where I'm taking my sound, I think basically merging my Barnacle Boi with my Sightlow shit. It's just two different parts of me. The Sightlow stuff's a lot harder for me to obtain because it's a lot more technical, whereas the Barnacle Boi is more natural. But I think that just merging these sounds is like the #1 thing for me right now. Because I want to provide something new to my audience, because at some point my music starts getting to sound redundant because of how like calm it is in a sense. And I've had a few people actually tell me like you need to switch some things up, which I totally agree with. So that's basically what I'm doing right now is expanding my sound, touring, playing shows, like exposing this movement, to the genre, whatever you want to consider it, to the masses in a sense where it's like, it's like anyone can listen to this stuff, like from any age really. Like it's like I've got people that are 50 plus. I've checked my Spotify analytics that are listening to my music, and then literally any age can enjoy it, kind of thing. So I think that's pretty cool. But
shout out to the 50 plus.
Yeah, shout out to
Barnacle Boi.
senior wave citizens.
They deserve some love too.
Yeah,
and if any, I swear this, if any older people come to your shows and you see them out there, please give them a shout out because they are the MVPs, man.
Straight up.
Over 50 plus and still rocking out to people like you.
Yeah.
Could you imagine those type of people in like Excision or like the Trance show, or those kind of shows?
That would be wild.
That probably would be me in the future.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Could you imagine all the old people like they're still doing their thing? I'm still.
Oh man, that would be me too.
Amazing. And speaking of which, I mean, I'm not gonna ask your mother's age, but she'll be there. I bet she'll be there rocking out. And things are kind of wrapping this up a bit. Would you mind giving her a call?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Put it on speaker and let her know. I just want to say, like, let her know like it's over. And I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, I'll call her.
Please, mother, pick up.
Hey, Mom.
How are you?
Are you good?
Yeah, we're good. I just got an Uber.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah,
So I just
I'm in the.
Yeah,
I'm in this interview right now. He wanted me to call you and put you on speakerphone.
I just wanted to say hi and just say thank you so much for bringing this beautiful man into this world to bless us with his music. He's absolutely freaking incredible. You should be proud.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you.
That's awesome.
I can hardly wait to hopefully meet you at the show because I just want to shake your hand and just say, personally tell you thank you so much for bringing him to this world. He's absolutely making names, taking names, and just showing people the power of what he's bringing to this, and it's moving my heart, moving people's souls. Just thank you.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Alrighty. Well, I'll just I'm gonna head to the venue pretty soon, so I'll just see you whenever I get there. Okay?
Okay, honey, we're gonna we'll be there. So
Yeah,
just,
Okay.
just call me or something, or I'll call you. Okay?
Okay. All right. I love you.
And nice talking to you guys.
Yeah, of course.
Nice speaking to you too.
All right. Love you, Mom.
I love you.
All right, bye.
And we love you too, Barnacle Boi. Thank you so much for everything that you're making. And again, over 10 years in this project, Barnacle Boi, and I feel like it's only just the beginning.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because I feel like so many people like say they've been doing making music for like 7 years, for 8 years, and have to wait such a long time for them to actually really reap the rewards or see like their body of work be praised, or like I think you say we're proud of it. But I feel like for everything you've made so far in your career and your discography is all something to be proud of, and I can hardly wait to see people's reactions to how it portrays on that stage. And again, this is just, I believe, this is date number 5 of this tour, of the America tour. So we're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, back to the sixth show.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna make sure I put the link to get your tickets in the description below, your website, everything, because people gotta make sure they see the spectacle that is Barnacle Boi, the spectacle that is Skeler or Brothel, whatever artist you want to see, they're bringing something brand new to the scene, and I feel that's something that needs to be seen, needs to be heard, needs to be praised out there in the community. So if you need to come, if you're in USA, you need to come and see any of these shows. Make sure you check your calendar, mark on your calendar. They'll be coming everywhere, to Dallas, Texas, Washington, D.C., to Tampa, to Charlotte, to Portland, San Francisco, to pretty much everywhere. We're hitting all the states. Again, Barnacle Boi, Brothel Skeler, we thank you so much freaking much. Thank you so much, Jay and Brett. Thank you so much, Vibe Digital. Thank you so much, Synchro Events. Thank you so much to everyone who's really supporting these guys. They're all freaking incredible. And thank you guys so much for watching as well. Remember the name Barnacle Boi. He's going places. They're all going places. This is Leveler Jr., Ian Oliver signing out. I love you guys so much. Peace.